Okay guys, welcome back. The next thing we're going to do right now is we're going to be adding the images. But before adding images, there are a couple of things I want you to understand here. But before I do that, let me quickly just show you something. So before adding those images, we're going to be using a kind of a code for inserting images. This code is very important. Is a tag, and this tag is known as img, and then you type source src and then speech mark and put the name of the image you want to insert with the extension. Okay, I don't know what the name will be. For instance, in my for instance, I have com1, com-1. Remember, this is png. Let me position it. You see, it's .png. So you're going to be typing something like this. You type com1, com-1 .png, and then speech mark, and then close the tag, and then the ending tag, which will be /img. I think you understand now the syntax for adding an image. I think I have to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, very simple. So let me put this on slideshow so that you understand precisely what I'm talking about. Now, as you can see, you open the tag and then img space src. Src here means the source where the image is coming from. That's the source. Equal sign, put speech mark there, the name of the image, dot the extension of the image, .png. Sometimes it might not be .png, it may be .jpg sometimes, or .bmp, depending on the kind of image you're using. Okay, and then you have to close the image, the file name, using speech mark, and then close your tag. And then this is the ending for my image. Please look at it for a minute, and please make sure you understand the syntax. So the file name is written within the two speech marks. Okay, that's the file name. If I want to insert another image, let's say image 2, then I'll type com2.png. Please always remember to add the extension. This is really very important. But before you can add an image, since we're going to be styling the image, there are a couple of things we need to put on board. First of all, we need to create a row for the image. You need to create a row like this for the image. Okay, you have to create a row for the image just like that. And inside the row, you will now tile up. You can tile up the various images. So let me just copy this and paste. So there will be a row, and then the boxes for the row. So this is the first image. You see, a row first, followed, then you put in a box. The box will contain the image 1, and then image 2. You create another box for image 2, and then create another box for image 3, and then create another box for image 4. So now we have 4 images in a single row. So this is just a single row. So this is what we're going to be creating. So we will create the row, and then after creating the row, we will create boxes for our images. Okay, so let's start. To do that, the first thing I'm going to do is I will create the row. To create the row, go inside your style. Remember, your style starts from here. It can be anywhere there, and it ends here. So now this is the first CSS we created. It starts from there and ends here. So immediately after that, we're going to create a row. So to create a row, you can use star and then open a brace like that. That's for the row. And then create another one for each column. Remember there are 4 columns there. This, but we only need to create just one, and then we can duplicate the div tag. So the column, we will type dot align. You can call it anything actually, but I'm calling my align column. Okay, you see how easy it is. This is for the row, and this is for the, you can put the name the same way I've created it here. You can use dot row if you want to, but it's always good to use a star. And then this is my column. Okay, but this column basically, currently if I run this, you will not see anything. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type the box for our row. So we type box sizing, box dash sizing colon, and then we will type border box. Okay, and semicolon, box sizing, border box. So this basically will create, this is a format for our row, but currently the row will not show anything even if we run it. But before we can see the row, let me show you what we can do to see the row. To see the row, you will go down. Now we want this to be below, we want it to be below our header. Remember, this is our header here, so we want it to be here. So I will go below my header and type div class equal, you can type align column. Okay, let me make this image column. It does not make any difference anyway. img column. So the class for my row, for my box sizing, so I will call that align row, so that at least you remember it is a row, and then you close it and then end it div. Okay, that's for my row. Now in between the row, if you look at our drawing here, this is a row. The boxes are inside the row. So because they are inside, so we need to put our column in between the row. The row starts from here and ends here. So in between, we're going to type our column, one column. So in which case I will use the div tag again and type class equal speech mark img, exactly as you wrote it there, img column, and then close the tag, and then the ending tag for that will be div. Now currently, if you don't type this will not take the effect here will not be shown. Currently if I run it, you're not gonna see anything, although it's there. The borders, the boxes are there. So for you to see the boxes, although we do not want the boxes to show, we can show them. Let me show them so that you see what I mean. I will just type border here, and then I'll put 1 pixel solid, you can put any color, solid red, and then semicolon, and then I can do the same here, although we do not want the border to appear because I'm still going to remove them. We can do the same thing for the boxes, the columns, but I'm putting the border so that at least you can see them to know that they are there. So if I save this now and I go to my web page and run, you see this is what I have. Okay, this is what I have. But as it is, the border color is basically cycling round our header because we use a star. Let's remove the star. Let's give it a name now. I'm gonna give this a name. Let me say dot row, or you can call it anything, my row or img row. And I go down there and put instead of having a line row, I can put img row. img row. But now, because the row is squeezed together, is going to appear, it will appear as a single line. So we can put the height. If we put the height, then you see the column clearly. Currently you will not see, you will still see the line, but it will be below. See, it's below now, but they are there. So it's a single line, so we need to increase the height for you to see it. So for you to see it, the row, I'm going to put height, although I will delete this as we progress because we do not need all this. I will put let me just put 80 pixels. Okay, and you can put the width. Okay, the width is already there. So for my column, the image column, we can put height. I'll put the height, let me make the height 60 pixels because it must be less because it's inside it. And then let's put the width to be 60. Although we will not need all these things, but I'm just using this for a demo for you to know they are there. You see, this is the box inside the row. Okay, the box is inside the row. But since we do not need all this line, all we want to see is we just want to see our image. So I'm going to be removing all the borders because we don't need them. We don't, although they will be there. So we don't need them. So what I would do right now is I will take all of the borders and the height and everything. I'll take all these away. We don't need them, but it's just for you to know they are there. I will take them off like that, and then probably just use, let me just use what I used before. Just use a star there. Let me just use a star. Okay, so but I did that for you to know they're there. So I'll just put a line row. Okay, so we've created a row and the columns, but currently, like I said, you're not gonna see anything now if I refresh because I've taken off the border, but they are there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we will be inserting our image. We'll be inserting our image, but for our column we want to put the width. Let's put the width. We're going to use percentage so that the width will grow as the image depending on the size of the image. So we will be using percentage there. I will use percentage 15%. Okay, semicolon. Okay, and I'm going to insert an image inside the column now. To insert the image, remember it has to be in between. My image start from, I will this is my column. My column start from there and ends there. So in between my column, I will be inserting my image using the tag. The tag I showed you a few minutes ago. src equal speech mark. What is the name of the image we're inserting now? com-1.png. Okay, so I will put com-1.png. Okay, and then I'll close that and then end my image tag like that. Okay, so if I run it now, you should see the image right there. So if I save this now, the image will be inserted inside the first column. See, this is the first image. You can see. Now the next image, we want it to be by the side. But if I insert the second image now, the second image basically will be at the bottom. Let me show you what I mean. If I insert another image, so I'm just going to copy that. This is the first column. Since it's in between the row, I put it just immediately below it. And if I save it now, and if I change this to 2, if you do not remember the name, you can go in there. We're inserting this one now. So if I go back there now, save it, and refresh, you see, it's just right at the bottom. But we want it to be to the left here. So what are we going to do? I will go back to my CSS and float it to the left. Float. And then type left there. Okay. So if I save this now and go to the page and refresh, you see the two are too close. The first one is bigger and then the other one is smaller. So we need to set them to have the same size. So what am I going to do? I will go back there where it says image. This is the image. We're going to put height. Let's make the height equal, we can make it 50%. Speech mark 50%. And then we put the width equal 50%. So that they are the same, basically. And then we can copy that. I will copy that. And then paste for my image 2 as well. Okay. So as you can see now, so if I save this now and go to my page and refresh, this is what I have. It's a little bit too small. They are too small currently. So what am I gonna do? I will go back there. Let's increase them to 60%. 60, 60, 60, 60%. And I'll save it, go back there and refresh. It's not bad, but we can increase it further. Actually, we can make it okay, let's make it 70, so at least it's a little bit bigger. Alternatively, you can make it 80%. Okay, let me make it 80%. 80 by 80, 80, 80. So it should be bigger now. Okay, so this is not bad so far, but if you look at it right now, the image is too close to the left. We want it to move to the left, so we can move the row to the right. So we're gonna put a margin there, margin left, so as to push everything to the right. So let's do that. I will go straight to my row, my box sizing, which is my row, and then put margin dash left, and I'm gonna put margin left, let's make it 20 pixels. Okay, so if I go back there now, see, so it's getting much more meaningful now. As you can see, if the image is too small, you can make them bigger by increasing the percentage here. Okay, let me make this 80%. Forgot to add percentage there. Okay, Okay, so this is not bad, but looks like this one is bigger than that. So we probably want to increase this one a little bit. Let's increase the second one to 90%. Let's make it 90. Okay. So this is not bad. Okay. Currently they are tiled side by side, but let me leave it as 80, and I can make this one 70 by 70. So you just have to tweak it just like that. Okay. So I'm going to be adding the next one. To add the next one, remember it's a column. This is one column. This is a row, but there are two columns now. So to add the next one, all you have to do is you just have to copy and paste. So I'll copy that. I'll copy that. Paste, and I have to change the name of the image. Let's change the name of the image to image 3, and then save it and go back there and refresh. This is image number 3. Add another one. You can just paste, and I'm going to change this to 4 because the fourth image is COM4, as you can see. COM4, COM5, and so on. So you need to save it and refresh. You see? So everything is being arranged horizontally, as you can see. And there are a lot of things we can do here, but I don't want to bother you. But we can add a padding to the box or to the row, basically. But as you can see, everything is tiled up. You can add another one if you want to, but let's leave it as 4. So now we have 4 images there, and we need to add the boxes as well. We're going to be adding the boxes, but before I do that, we can see that the middle one, this one, the height, maybe we should reduce the height of the image there for number 2. So the height, probably will reduce that to 70. Okay, let's reduce the height to 70, and let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, they are almost at the same level now. So the next thing I'm gonna show you is we want to add some text boxes here so that we can put the prices of the computers and you know, some information about them. How do we do that? That's easy. We're gonna use the text area. Note that this is immediately after the image. If you look at the image is here, and we want it inside the row, but immediately after the image. So it still have to be inside the row, basically. Remember, this is only one row. This is just one row. As you can see, it's just one row. So, but immediately after the image start from here. It starts from here and ends here. So we're going to put to position our text area just immediately. So we're going to type text area, open a tag. I only write one, then I'll copy and paste. Open a tag and type text area. Like that. And you can put the ID if you want. You can put ID, alternatively you can put a class there if you want to. So you can put ID, let me just put a class there, and speech mark, text area. Okay, speech mark, and then we need to close it. Close the bracket there, and then end it. And close. Okay, so my text area start from here, but right now as it is, you probably won't see anything at the moment until I write the CSS for it. So the CSS, I will go inside my style and type text area. Open up the brace. You can format the text area the same way we did before. You can type font family. Because of our time, we want the font for the text to be Century Gothic, and I just copy that and paste. You can put the font size. So I'm just gonna put this as 12 pixels. That'll be too tiny, isn't it? And you can align, text align the text. Let's align it center. Semicolon. Now let's refresh this and check. Brilliant. So now this is my text area. This is where we're going to be typing the name of the computer. For instance, we can put name of computer equal HP, and then you can put the spec. Oh, by the way, we can align it to the left. We can align the text to the left, but it's okay. Let's put specification. Okay, let me go back there and align it to the left. Text align, let's make it left. Then I'll save that, and I'll go back to the page. Let me remove that and refresh. So if I put it now, the text should be left aligned. Okay, specification, you can put Windows XP. Okay, now as you can see, this box here is the height is too small, so we need to set the height and the width. How do we do that? I'm gonna go back to my code, to my text area, and in front of it here where it says class, and then I will put height. Let's make the height 20. We can make it 20 pixels, but let me just put 20. Okay, now let's see what's gonna happen. We can increase the width as well. Let's increase the width equal 20. Okay, so if I go back there and refresh, okay, the height, we probably may want to make this, let's make it 20%. Okay, if the percentage doesn't work, we probably will want to use pixels there. Okay, it's not refreshing, so let me use pixels there. Let's use pixels. Alternatively, we can style it, but I do not want to introduce a styling here. We can style it. This can be styled. What can I do? Okay, the 20 is too small, I believe. I think that's why. Let me make it 50, and let's make that 50. It's probably too small. 50, yeah. It's still too small. Okay, so in any case, I want you to practice to do this right now, so we can continue from there eventually. Thank you.